Hey, you guys. Sorry we're late. I'm tired. We're tired. It's been a long weekend. Yard selling in the heat. 100 degrees in September. I don't even know. So I'm hoping, I tried something a little different, so I'm hoping we're good. It saved our settings from last time, so I didn't have to reset it up this time.
Oh.
But that's the first time I used that feature,
Right.
so. Prayerful that everything goes good. Hey, hey. I'm not seeing any comments yet, but it says we're connected.
It hasn't come up yet. I always go to YouTube first.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's showing that we're connected, but I'm not seeing anything yet.
Oh, there you are.
Okay. Oh, good job. Oh, let me. Hey,
On
Karen,
YouTube.
how are you? Y'all, I'm so tired. It might be a short night tonight too, because I forgot to charge the tablet. And go live on TikTok. Okay. I reset everything, so everything's kind of whopper jawed. I think I was recording some stuff, is what I was doing. Okay. Make sure I don't have the camera in front of the other camera, or the phone. I call them cameras at this point.
You can call them cameras. It's okay.
I use them as a phone periodically, every now and again.
When you remember to turn it on.
Huh?
When you remember to turn it on.
It's turned on. It's just on Do Not Disturb. There's a difference, darling. Darling. I just thought of a really cool project, so I'm going to try it, even though, oh man, I don't know how much resin I have.
I had to search for you on Facebook.
Oh, did you find me?
I
I'm here.
Some days it's there, some days it's not. I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
All right. I think we are good to go.
Let's say hi to everybody.
Well, I was going to suggest we don't.
I think
All
we
right.
should spend time doing that.
I'm just.
I know.
All right. Okay. On YouTube, we have Dreaming Cat Studio. We have Cindy SR from California. Flea Brown from Santa Barbara, California. Kim Fosno from Rockford, Illinois, the home of Cheap Trick. Dreaming Cat Studios, how did your action figure sale go, Dave?
It was a bust. I'm just kidding.
Royce's yard sales are pretty epic. They get a lot of people. She does really well. It's always people that understand what you guys all do.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily understand what I do. And as such, I made $1.
Oh, yeah, you did sell.
I made $1. And it was from something I was going to give away, but a grown-up asked. If a kid had asked, I would have given it to him.
$1.
$1. Are we going to the phone, not to the...
No, we're both. I just figured since I had my headphones, I'd use them for TikTok.
Okay.
I know.
There you go. All right, on the Facebooks, we have Janet Taylor Borgers, Elizabeth Geis, Doris Rushing, Lori Phillips McGow, Kim Dietrich Atterbury. Today is her birthday and the weather is gorgeous.
Happy birthday, Kim.
Upcycled Vintage Charm, Wendy Kramer, Reader Rita, Garber Grain, Shannon Booth, Kathleen O'Brien Hoovis. She says she's late. No, we're late. Pamela
late.
Culp Adair, Tommy Kiddos, Flea Brown on Facebook just in case of giveaways.
Flea is like, you guys know, well, okay, well, we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Dana Block, Jane Neese from Chile, Wisconsin. Boy, we can use some of that chill. Chris Schmidt and Kathy Beasley.
Good evening, you guys. Thank you guys so much for being with me. I'm a hot mess every Sunday. We're all acutely aware. I'm a red hot mess today, primarily because I'm tired.
Yeah.
I was out in the heat too much yesterday, y'all.
The
I had
heat
to
got
take
you
a cold
yesterday. Today was a
shower
little
and
better.
yeah, it's bad. So it wasn't so bad today, but I'm just white. So it's probably going to be a little short tonight, but I did not want to not come and see you guys. So we're here. I don't even know what I'm doing, y'all. I brought a whole bunch of stuff. we'll see what happens. But I'm thinking a door hanger would be fun. I have my round, and I have some letters over here that are, oh, look, this one's already done in copper. That's kind of a cool copper though. It says thankful.
Oh, Luann Vassallo says Connecticut is wet.
Oh.
So we got chilly Wisconsin, wet Connecticut, hot Arizona.
It's really hot in Arizona. Well, I shouldn't complain because we're not in the valley, at least.
Dorothy Lage is in Tucson. She said she hopes your sale went well.
Hi, Dorothy. The sale went really well. I sold a lot of stuff. And so now I have room to buy more stuff. I told somebody it was part of our marital agreement for me to have my sale every year.
I think we have to push it back just a little bit, though.
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's always just a little too hot early September.
It is, but then once you get into October, people are doing stuff.
I know. Around here, every weekend.
Especially. So you guys, I have these letters. You guys can vote. So for my peeps on TikTok, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to be making a door hanger, and I'll put you guys down so you can see what I'm doing in just a second. Actually, I guess we could do that now, so you guys aren't looking at me. Maybe. I moved everything around, so.
That's TikTok?
Yes. That's why I shouldn't fiddle with stuff, because I end up causing problems.
So
Okay.
for those that are coming in late, Royce is wearing headphones because of TikTok.
Yeah.
So that way she can have a microphone.
Because we're not
TikTok.
doing, usually if I'm like super heavy with projects, I figure it's an even trade-off. But if I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch tonight, they should at least be able to hear me well. I don't know. Sounds like a fair exchange, right? My grandpa used to say a fair exchange ain't no robbery. I didn't know what that meant when I was little, but now I do. There's a lot of stuff my grandparents said that I didn't know exactly what it meant until I got old enough to experience some of the things. I was talking to a friend today about how I would be upset about something. David does this to me now. He just uses different words. And my grandmother would just say, and this too shall pass. All calm. You don't understand.
Dorothy volunteers to drive your pickings from Carmen's.
Oh my gosh, Dorothy, are you enabling me?
Depending
I may
on
have
how
to have
much
another
she
cell.
buys.
Okay. I'm going to try to behave, Dorothy, because the last time I didn't do, never mind. I'm not going to say anything. I was going to say I didn't do too bad last time. But
No, they had to make a special trip with all your extra stuff.
I know, because I couldn't bring it on the plane.
I know, so Carmen drove it down.
Well, Vicky drove. Vicky
Vicky.
and, oh Lord, I'm supposed to be in trouble. And her daughter drove it down. And Carmen came
with.
Yeah, Carmen came with. It was nice. It was nice. Dorothy, I wonder how, I am horrible in the car. David, poor David. If we go to Lake Havasu, it's only a 6-hour drive, but we have to stop in somewhere in the Phoenix area so Royce can get out of the car for a little bit. Because you're just stuck in the car. And there's nothing you can do to get there faster. I'm like the kids. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? So let's make a door hanger tonight, you guys. I have, this is just a birch round that I'm using tonight. And I'll probably make some string some beads to hang it from the beads we made last week. But I'm trying to think of what I want to cover it with. I'm going to let you guys vote, okay? So I have these little wooden signs. I found them at Dollar Tree. This one says Harvest Wishes. Yeah. This one says Thankful, Blessed. And I know somebody's going to challenge me to light these on fire, but I'm going to tell you I'm not going to do it. I'm chicken. And this one says Gather Together. And then I also have this one that says Thankful, which I'm kind of digging because my friend cut this one for me actually. And I'm going to have to repaint it because that copper is a little cooler than I want it. But I'll let you guys vote while I prep this round with some white paint. And one of the things I do when I'm working with the thin birch is I spritz the back of it before I paint the front so that it doesn't warp. And anybody who's worked with this, I'm sure you've experienced that. And what's happening is when you wet the wood, it stretches, and when it dries, it shrinks, kind of like the paper. And so if you're just adding moisture to one side, when it starts to shrink, it'll actually warp it. So you can spritz the back of it to prevent that. Let's get you guys down so you can actually see what I'm doing now.
While we do that, let me ask, if you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment. It does help the channel. If you're on Facebook, please share, hit the like button, or any of the emojis. You can even hit the angry one. We won't mind.
Sometimes people hit the angry emoji. I'm always confused
Yeah.
when that happens.
And comment as well. It really does help.
It does. It helps a lot.
Yeah. Thankful is the predominant choice.
Oh, okay. I concur. I agree. And I want to show you guys something. I know you guys have seen me do it on rails. So this is one of the new fall designs. This is a fall tartan. I didn't even know what a tartan was until I met my husband. And I know he's all upset because I didn't do the bell tartan. So we might do that in the future.
Oh, now it's might. Last week it was we're going to. Now it's
Oh,
might.
did I say might?
Oh, yeah.
I meant to say.
It's shifting downward.
I forgot what it even looks like, baby. I'm honest. I'm sure we will do the bell tartan. We will do the bell tartan.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use the fall tartan, and I'm loving this mustard so much. But I don't know if you guys have seen my well, you guys know how people take the old flannel shirts and they bleach them and then they put artwork on there. I love creating that look with the paper, but we're using paint. We're not actually bleaching. So we're going to do that together tonight if we have time. I don't know. I'm down to 17% already over here on petrol.
Karen Dietrich Atterbury says, I'm sitting outside looking at our fields and I can smell the corn growing.
Oh.
Have you ever been lucky enough to enjoy this?
No, not the smell of corn. Is it sweet? I mean, that's what I imagine. I can imagine what it smells like. But no.
I did smell, one of our schools mowed the lawn. And
I'm not sure that counts, but
well, I haven't smelled that in a long time because Arizona, it's rare to have a lawn.
yeah.
Most people have decorative rock.
Yes, because it's the responsible thing to do.
It really is. But they were cutting the the football field and the baseball fields.
Yeah.
And, I think it was the middle school that had just cut because that's where I drive by them, and it was cool enough I could lower the windows when I'm going to work, and it was just a great smell. As
Just
much as
freshly cut grass.
yeah, I hated cutting grass as a kid, and as an adult I didn't like it. But the smell is a great one.
I wanted to put turf in our yard, but I was talking to a friend and they were saying that there's because it's plastic, that there's been some links to possible health issues and then possible groundwater issues with the runoff from it. I'm like, oh man, I just want a pretty yard. Right now it's just dirt.
Elizabeth Crooker asks, or Crooker, excuse me, when will you start Christmas decoupage?
You know what? We'll probably start Christmas next week. I was thinking about that today because I kept thinking of Christmas projects. So I'm probably going to start doing some Christmas projects. We have so the Roycycled Christmas decoupage paper is already out, and there are some retailers who are already doing Christmas projects. And we actually did have a Christmas decoupage marathon in June. I should ask my retailers if they mind if I take those videos and make reels with them. I'm going to ask for permission to do that. So there are some Christmas projects. I have one, did I put it away? That I'm going to do next week for sure. And so probably a couple of others as well.
Dreaming Cat Studio, water-wise plants are my goal one day. We're lucky. We have a group that pushes native planting.
Yes.
And they encourage residents to use native plants. They do a native plant sale twice a year. Matter of fact, it's coming up, I think starting next week.
Oh, is it? Because they have a greenhouse where they propagate and grow water-wise plants.
They
so
do.
You can make it easy for you to buy them.
So the hard part is convincing our municipalities use those. because
Stafford used them on Main Street.
they did, but you know, in your parks, you want bright colors, and
Yeah.
bright colors aren't necessarily the most native of plants.
Yeah.
You know, so. Let's see. My brother put Susan Gully. My brother put out artificial grass. It looks nice.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what you
I
want.
That's what I want to do. I mean, it's spendy, but I won't have to spend any water, so I'll be saving money technically.
Yep.
Do I seriously not have any decoupage medium on my table? I am fired.
Angie Champagne. I'm surprised the athletic fields. She says are all turf, but I'm going to say aren't all
No,
turf.
not
She
here.
probably
meant aren't. Yeah, that they aren't. Not here.
we can't afford it.
Yeah.
Our districts are too small. The school district that I used to live in, that my kids graduated from, they just put in a turf field. They just redid their whole stadium. And the boys' baseball field, but did they do the girls' softball field?
No.
No.
The girls always don't even get me started.
I know.
Don't even get me started.
So how are you looking on power?
We're at 16%. And you know what, babe? Can you do me a humongous favor?
If I can.
I feel bad because I don't even have any direction to give you. Oh, you know what? There's a can right there. Is that varnish?
It is now.
I know. It might be 1 hour enamel right here in this crate. Whoops, you're connected.
I'm disconnected.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Right here in this crate, if you pull that piece of wood back, there's a white can to your right. Yeah, right there.
1 hour enamel.
Is it clear though? Yeah, it's clear
It's
matte.
empty.
It might have enough for me to do what I need to do though.
Have enough juice.
Thank you. Oh, I don't know. We'll see what happens, you guys. Look, I'm so cheap, I don't even throw in my cans. I'm like, there's still a little bit in there. I'm gonna use that. So we'll use that. The only thing about doing this, and I can see it too, is that whenever you buy a product and it says that it's matte, they put mattifiers in the product. So it's like little particulates.
Matte here,
I'll take that one.
but it's really empty.
Let me see that one. It might be better than this one. So now that you know what it looks like, baby, do you see another can over there?
I'm gonna look. I got a clear satin.
Let's do satin. We'll do satin.
Clear satin's full.
We'll do satin. You guys can see what the satin looks like. I know I usually use the matte, but... So I'll go back to my conversation really quickly because I want to show you guys what I mean. And so there's particulates in your matte finish. And what they do is they make your surface of your finish uneven so that the light doesn't bounce off as much. And so we don't perceive it as being as shiny because the light isn't bouncing off. And so like the bottom of this can here, you guys see that? You see like here on this side of the can, it looks more dense than it does on this can, on this side. That's like a lot of particulates that settle to the bottom of this can. So if you're using a matte product and you might be frustrated because you're working over a dark surface and it's leaving a haze, it's super, super, super important that you mix your can really well. And it's not just this product, it's any matte product very, very well. Because if you're always using off of the top and you never mix, as you get to the bottom, it's gonna have more and more particulates in it, which may be why
Lid tube.
your finish looks cloudy. I hate to use this satin because I don't have very much of this, but it's okay. I will use it. And so I'm gonna shake, shake, shake my can. And I know that we're not supposed to shake, but I'm decoupaging, so I'm shaking. I know somebody's gonna say that. Royce, you said not to shake.
We're on a time limit.
Huh?
We're on a time limit.
I know. It's 15% right now. It's not moving as fast as I thought it would.
So for everybody that doesn't understand, because Royce was so wrapped up in the yard sale today, the one thing that I didn't think to charge, I charged everything else. Charged my tablet, my phone, your phone is charged, all the electronics. The one thing that we didn't is the one thing that controls all of it.
Yeah. The tablet is like the control center for everything. And we didn't charge that.
Angie Champagne says shake it off. Dorothy Ultimus, why don't you just do rocks instead of artificial grass?
I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do some crushed granite. But for the grandbaby, when he was little, I was thinking I want something soft for him to play in.
Shannon Booth, I lost my smell almost 2 years ago from COVID. Only time I got it back weirdly was the second time I had COVID, then it went away again.
Oh,
Oh,
that is weird.
yeah.
I mean, not you're weird, but it's just weird that it came and then left again.
There's just, yeah,
That whole olfactory thing is so weird because there are still foods that don't taste the same to me.
Luann Vassallo just used a few of the pumpkins this week using the large stacked pumpkins.
Ooh, I can't wait to see a porch leaner with those stacked pumpkins. I'm waiting. That's what I was thinking about when we made those so big. So, you guys know when I'm decoupaging a large surface, I like to work in sections because it lessens the chance of me getting wrinkles because I'm able to have more control over the paper. If I try to do a whole big surface at once, it's really hard. You might have a spot that doesn't lay down right, and then and don't do as I say, not as I do, you guys. Don't work out of your can.
I was just going to say, I was going to dry snitch on you.
No snitching.
The last few lives that we've done,
I know.
you have not gone to the FIFO bottles in a long time.
I have. I use the FIFO bottles every Sunday. I just squirt it in a.
There's been a lot of using the can.
Nope. I literally just opened this can, babe. I
I
haven't.
know.
Okay.
I'm talking over the last few weeks.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what I did? So I have kits.
Oh, I was crabby a couple of weeks ago. You're crabby tonight.
I am. I'm tired. Be nice to me.
I wish they could have seen your face.
I know. They can. They see my little circle.
Oh, there it is. I just saw it on YouTube. You just gave me the look.
So I have kits on my site, right? I have the window kits that are on there, and I want to say I might have a few stocking kits left. And somebody ordered some, but I had to pour new samples because the 2 ounces from last year were dry. So I took my FIFO bottle in the house because it's easier to pour samples with those bottles.
Gotcha.
And so that's why I do not have it out here today, Mr. Bell. So you guys, I'm misting my paper first, and I'm going to pre-stretch it. Right, so I don't have any wrinkles. That video, Miss Paint a Lot, came up on my memories the other day because she's the one who taught me this. Not exactly like this, but the premise.
Since you are doing decoupage, we should mention you've got a class coming up.
I do. So, you guys, how many of you guys took my decoupage boot camp? I'm not sure. I'm curious. If you took my decoupage boot camp, you should have received an email. And in your email, you guys will have a 25% off code for the new course because there will be some repetition from the last course, but there's still a lot of new information. So I wanted to be fair. And so I gave you guys a 25% off coupon that you should have received in the mail. If you are a retailer, please do not buy the course because you guys get it free. It's part of your continued education. And I'll be dropping more information inside of the retailers group later this week for that. But we have a decoupage course coming up. I'm calling it a master class this time instead of a boot camp. A boot camp sounds like work, but it was a boot camp. It was 5 days in a row. It felt like a boot camp to me, and I'm sure it did for the students too. But I've changed the way I do my courses a little bit. We're going to do 1 day a week for 5 weeks. And I like it that way so you guys can have time to practice what you learn in each class and post, it'll just give us more time to kind of communicate and go over the information during the week with actual samples that you guys can post and ask questions. Or if you try, something and it's not working for you, you can drop it in the group and ask questions.
Got a few folks saying
and
they
get
haven't
feedback.
gotten an email yet.
Okay.
So I have to double check it.
We'll double check. I have my online business manager, Brenda, which some of you have met her. Oh, so I have a lot of announcements tonight. If you've ever taken a course from me, you should have gotten an email inviting you to the Royce's Bestie Creatives group. something like that. Creative Besties, that's what it is. So if you guys are in the Creative Besties group, you've already met Brenda. She's on the back end helping me with the technology because y'all know that is not my strength. And so she will be the ones taking care of you. So I'll check with Brenda and make sure. I did just send the email out today. So that could be it. And then the other thing is, when you guys sign up for the courses, it's super important that you agree to receive emails, because if you don't, the system won't send you emails, is the other piece. But if you want more information on the course, you can put hashtag Deco if you are on Facebook. And then if you're on YouTube, I'll put a post in the comments when we get off. And for TikTok, I'm gonna have to fix my link in bio to include the link for the course. Although if you click, I believe there's a button that says take courses. It'll take you to the landing page with all my classes, and you'll see the Decoupage masterclass on there.
Luann Vassallo asks, when is it?
It starts on October 12th, so we're still pretty far out. I just want to make sure that I communicate a lot, because my last course, I had quite a few people reach out to me after we had already started, and I felt bad. So I just want to make sure I'm able to communicate and get the information to you guys on time. So it'll start Thursday, October 12th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so it'll be at that time. And if you can't make it for the live class, so the classes will stream live inside of a Facebook group. And then the replays will be in the group. And the cool thing is, because I have help, if you upgrade to VIP, so let's say the class streams on a Thursday, the following Friday, you guys will have edited versions of the video available both on your dashboard and on the app. And so Brenda actually takes the videos and makes them into bite-sized, 10 and 15-minute videos.
Lots of folks are talking about the besties.
Yes,
email.
The besties. So if you guys have requested entry into the group and I haven't approved you yet, it's just because we were busy with the yard sale this weekend. But I'll be getting that done this week. And so that one, I just feel like I get disconnected from people after the class, because what happens is generally the group will stay open for like 30 days. And then after that, I lose track of it. I mean, I don't know. We hang out for like a month and then it's like peace out. So I figured this would enable me to stay connected with everybody. Because a lot of times I don't think people actually implement what they've learned until like down the road.
On YouTube, Holly Borgman says, hi, Tony and I are watching.
Hey, Holly.
Wake up friends from this morning.
I know we had visitors from Benson this morning. I'm sorry I kept y'all so long. I was chatty.
And I feel bad because I left. I had to go take care of some stuff. And I brought back lunch, but you guys had left by the time I got back. So I'm sorry. We're going to eat the sandwiches we got for you.
They hung out with us long enough, babe.
Yeah.
They're ready to go. And so I'm just going to sand this extra off.
Candy and Honey, we will put a link both on TikTok and YouTube.
Yes.
In the description.
Or you can go to roycycledacademy.com too, and it's there. But I'll put an actual link in the comments and the description of the video once we're done tonight.
Okay. So roycycledacademy.com will let you sign up.
Yes. You can see all the courses there, but the masterclass is the one that we're getting ready to do live.
Shannon Booth is Creative Besties if you've taken any class or a certain class.
It's any class. Okay. So if you've ever taken any class at Roycycled Academy, you should have gotten an email, unless of course you never signed up to receive emails. Then you wouldn't get it. But I think you can see the group if you go into groups on Roycycled. So if you submit a requested entrance, just be sure and answer the security questions. Security. Sorry, y'all.
Dorothy Lage asks, what happened to the backstage group?
You know, Dorothy, I made that group when I first left Seekist because in my mind, I was going to have like all this extra time, but I do not. I just filled it up with other stuff.
You could do backstage videos, but it would literally be you sitting at your computer for
Yeah.
about 6 hours a day.
I do. Dorothy, I do not spend as much time in the shop as I thought I would. And so I think I paused that group. Yeah. I just really thought I was going to have all this extra time and you guys would be able to hang out with me in the shed and we do, you know. Like,
Maybe what you should do is take one of the phones and use it for backstage at like 3 in the morning when you're doing stuff. Because that's when you're crafting most of the time.
it is. Or when I'm prepping for a live maybe, but that I can, yeah. It's just usually if I'm prepping though, I'm like running around. I don't know. I just thought I was going to have more time, Dorothy, than I actually have.
So can I remind everybody, I will be one of the hosts for a live radio auction for that benefits our local library. Every penny goes to the library.
Yes.
And Royce has agreed to donate a couple of pieces.
Oh, Lord, I got to get that done.
Yes, you do.
I know, because
And it's this week, because we double-checked with the
I
organizer.
know. What did he say, Friday?
Well, he said this week.
Look, what did he say, Friday? Is that what he said,
I don't
Friday?
know if he said Friday, but because they got to print up the booklet.
I know, baby. I will have it done.
So, I'm just reminding everybody, you can bid on any of the items because you'll be able to hear it live on our website, on our radio station's website. It will be from 8 to 10 Pacific time, which isn't too bad if you're on the East Coast, pretty awful if you're in LA. Sorry. And I will put in the link.
Oh, into the thing.
There it is. Just put it on the Facebooks. Now I'm going to put it on YouTube.
The Facebooks.
Yeah.
You kill me with that. So this is just my little dauber. I want to say this is from Ranger. I'm pretty sure it's from Ranger. And this is just some ink. It's IOD's ink and stone. And I'm going to use this to go around my edges. You guys see how when I filed my paper, it kind of uncovered a little bit of that white paint? I never liked that. So this is how I address it. And I like a good halo anyways. You could go around with a similar color too, if you want it. But I'm just going to go around with my dauber. Super easy.
I just wanted to mention that because I know there's folks that have said they've said, can I buy the things you've made on some of these lives?
I might donate some vintage stuff too. I have those 2 pair of bronze shoes. It just breaks my heart that I found those in a thrift store. We'll see what happens.
All right, here we go. Sativa wood ring. Can someone tell me what this page group is all about? Literally just ran into this live and know nothing.
Probably because I just assume everybody who's here knows who we are. So my name is Royce Hunt Bell, and the voice you hear behind the camera is David Bell, and together we make up Roycycled Treasures. Here at Roycycled, we upcycle your thrift store finds, yard sale finds, with decoupage, paint, transfers, I don't know, and whatever else we discover. We hang out.
Stencils.
On Sunday nights, we chit-chat. Yeah, stencils.
And it should be noted that Royce designs
Yeah, the decoupage paper.
paper and the stencils.
Oh, I should have brought Mara's stencils out. I am fired.
And you don't design all of them. You do work with artists.
Yes, I partner with artists on some of the designs, and some of them are mine. Yeah, so we create, but my heart is to encourage people to express themselves artistically, even when you think you can't. You can.
So Sativa, welcome. Maybe this will inspire you to give it a go. Best thing is, it's all super cheap. It really is. No, seriously, think about it. You go to a
I don't like the
store.
word cheap.
I do.
It's inexpensive. Cheap implies it doesn't have value.
No.
It does.
All right, fair enough. It's very inexpensive.
Thank you.
go out and you buy something at the thrift store for $5 or $10.
Yes.
Or the $1.25 store. It's not the dollar store anymore. The Dollar
I think
Tree.
they went back to $1.
Did they? Good for them.
I think so.
And
They
you
must have
spend
got a lot
$1,
of heat.
and you take some of this paper, and boom. Or, you know, heck, you sold a couple of dressers this weekend.
I did.
Take some of this paper, and suddenly you have a beautiful new piece of furniture.
I'm taking my heat gun and going around the edges because I want to set that ink. I don't want it to run when I go over my piece to seal it. I don't mind if it runs a little bit on this particular piece, but I really would rather it not run all over the place. So we're going to set this aside so we can paint our thank you. Oh, no.
Michelle Adams says, accessible.
Yes, exactly. Michelle, tell them it's accessible. It's accessible. I don't like to use cheap. To me, cheap implies that there's no value. And that is not the case, Mr. Bell.
I don't know. I just know young people. They're always looking for the least expensive. And I don't blame them.
I understand too. You know, we have a lot of young adults and this world is crazy right now with this economy. And so if you can buy a dresser or even our hand-me-downs, right? Because we give our kids furniture and it may not look the way their style is, but a few coats of paint and or decoupage, and they can take and customize those pieces to work in their own spaces.
I had a young man on my radio show this past week, and we were talking about how things cost so much more and it affects young people. And,
yeah.
And he's like, hey, you know, a Big Mac doesn't cost as little as it used to.
I know.
And then I looked at him, and the guy's like 6'7", 250 pounds, and it's all muscle. And I say, you're not eating Big Macs. And he goes, well, I used to. I found out later, he was a lineman and he played for the Packers.
Oh, wow.
So
I remember when I worked at McDonald's in high school and we would have like the college football teams that come and play.
Yeah, you load up because they just burn off calories.
Oh my gosh. We had to make so much food.
Yeah.
Oh, I was all like volunteering to be a cashier though when those football players were coming, of course.
So yeah, he was a college football player and a professional football. I imagine by the time he got to the NFL, he wasn't necessarily getting Big Macs, but in college I could picture him doing that.
They would order like 3 and 4 Big Macs and 2 large fry, and oh my gosh, we're down to 10%, you guys. We may have to finish our project next week.
Patsy Lewis says, can I join the VIP group anytime?
So it's not a VIP group, Patsy. It's for people who've taken my courses before.
But you could take the
Oh,
VIP.
you mean for any time for the class? Yes. You can upgrade to VIP. For a lot of my new students, I understand that you guys want to see what you're getting in the base course before you upgrade, and I get it. So yes, you can upgrade at any time. And just as a side note, for my past students, the coupon that you guys got in the email is good until September 30th. So it's not good forever, but I did want to offer you guys an opportunity to have access to the class at a lower price. So the base price is $39.99, I think. Don't quote me, because I should know that, but I don't. But I don't know if there's anybody here who's taken a class with me. I teach in a very specific way, and I've come to understand that my classes really work for people who may be a little neurospicy, whose brains are like mine, because we demonstrate everything, and I go over everything, and I always start out my first class with the basics, because I know that if I have a group of 100 students, everybody's at different places in their creative journey, and I don't want to leave anybody behind because they don't understand. So I make sure we start at the very beginning. You'll get a full, not syllabus, what goes at the back of the workbook? With all the definitions?
Glossary.
Yeah, you'll get a full glossary of all the terms that we're going to use in the course. And the first night we go over all the supplies we're going to use, along with the definition of what those supplies do, why we use them. Like, I try to cover everything in my classes and be really thorough so that everyone walks away really feeling empowered to be able to create. And because we're doing weekly classes and because I have help, I'm so excited about that. We're actually going to do weekly drawings. So one of the things I do in my courses, I know, right? So actually they'll have chance for 2 drawings, because in my courses right now, anybody who, I always ask for input after each class, and then anybody who leaves a comment has an opportunity to win. So that drawing will still be there, but we'll also have challenges every week, because I want you guys to move from watching the class to actually implementing the things that we're teaching. So we'll have like lessons, and anybody who completes the lessons and can post a picture, they'll also be entered for an opportunity to win. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
So Sativa Woodring, who's our new person,
Yes.
this is not a hard sell to you. We don't hard sell.
No, I don't.
This is perfect for somebody who, like hers, who says, I haven't done much decoupage.
This is perfect.
It really is perfect for you, but if you don't feel comfortable spending that money, just hang out with us on Sundays.
Yeah.
You'll get a feel, and you could take a class at any time. It just wouldn't be live.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
recorded.
live, and we do a lot of chit-chatting on Sunday because we like hanging everybody.
Oh,
but
yeah, that's the other
inside
thing.
of my courses, we're super concise.
I am not there.
We're super concise. I think every minute of the course is information being delivered. Maybe not every minute. I'm
You
still
said
myself.
giveaways, please sign me up.
I'm still me, but I mean, it's just much more concise than what you guys get on a live on Sunday. So I'm just taking, you guys see, I'm just taking I take my white paint and I dilute it enough so that it, flicks off of my brush. And I do want to show this process at least before we run out. We're down to 9%.
All right, let me ask this question. Bobby K. Theo Fontenot, do y'all use the iron-on method? That will be discussed in the
That
course.
will be discussed. I am going to go over all the ways that I know how. I'm not going to say all the ways because, all the ways that I know how, that I've learned. I've been doing a lot of decoupage. If you hear, and there's just things that I've learned, like this. Usually it's mistakes I make. Don't do this, because this is what will happen. But yes, we go over the iron-on method, different methods to decoupage without getting wrinkles. We go over different ways that you can modify your paper to get different results. We go over, the way I see my course is, I'm going to give you guys a set of tools to put in your creative toolbox, so that whenever you're working on a project, regardless of what effect you want to create, you will have a tool in your toolbox to be able to help you to create that, if that makes sense. And so that's the premise of my class, because sometimes you want to do something and you're looking at your project and you can't quite figure out how to make it happen. And so my goal is just to give you a set of tools to be able to do that.
Tommy Carro says, love taking the classes because you're always answering everyone's questions.
Yes. We do a parking lot, so everybody, like during the course of the course, no, I'm just kidding. During the course of the class, you can ask questions, because I know you guys' brains are a lot like mine. If you don't ask a question when you think of it, you'll forget it. So you can ask the questions, and at the end of the night, I go back through and answer every single question. Because I want to make sure everyone walks away with a full understanding. And if you thought of a question after the class, because we're all in the group together, you can submit your questions inside of the group as well as an option. And so
Amber Demakowitz, who we haven't seen for a little while,
hey Amber,
says, love the chit chat, which is true. That's what we do on Sundays. So
yes.
Sativa, if you come here on a Sunday, we could be talking about anything.
There's no telling what my husband gonna talk about. So, although I guess I brought up menopause last time.
It is the first day of the season.
Of what season?
Football season.
Oh.
And
Deion Sanders is whooping people's
well,
booties.
that's college.
I know, but it's
Well,
that's
this
not.
is the NFL. Today was the first day of the NFL
Oh,
season.
when does the college season start? Because that was
They
only his
started,
second game.
last week, so
Yeah.
they've already had 2 games.
Yeah, see, that's the beginning.
Well, it depends. If you live in the South, you care
I'm
about
messing with you,
college. If
baby.
you live in the North, you care about the pros. It really is. I mean, the Mason-Dixon line is
That Mason
you're
Dixon
more
line.
pro if you're north of it, you're more college if you're south of it.
And unless you're in Texas, then you're just all of it.
It's all football.
Yeah.
High school is as important as anything down there, too. So, how long is each session, Wendy Kramer asks?
So, Wendy, what had happened was, I will say an hour, but more than likely they're closer to an hour, hour and a half. It just depends I have my syllabus all written out, but if I discover something in the middle of, I'm nimble. Because sometimes I'm in the middle of something and I might discover something that I might pull into the training, or if somebody asks a question and I'm like, oh, I didn't think, I forgot about that, I might include it. So some nights are longer than others, but if you upgrade to VIP, you'll have access to the edited classes. So it'll still be the training, but it'll be edited down to like 20-minute videos as opposed to one long video.
I made the mistake of saying football. So now let's see. I've got Hook 'em Horns, Dana Block, Texas beat Alabama. That's a huge win or a huge loss, depending on how you want to look at it. Rachel Stratton, my husband's from Kentucky. It's NCAA football all the way for him. Dorothy Altimus, go Commanders. Now, yes, I agree with you. Now that you have new ownership, boy, do they so needed that. My old college roommate was a Washington fan, and he was suffering. Amber asks, do you ever go over resin paper?
That is one of the things we will go over. Yes, ma'am.
Patsy Lewis, if you're out of juice, when are you going to finish the project?
We'll finish it next week. If I run out of juice, it may be Sutton, because I don't want to just go off. I don't know. But I do want to talk about this project since we are on a time limit. So you guys see me, I'm just going to sprinkle various colors, and if I don't finish tonight, we'll come back and finish next week. So I have my layer of white that's down there. So now I'm going to use some goldenrod from Wise Owl, and I'm just going to take a little bit of my goldenrod and warm up my white paint a little bit with this color, and then I'm going to go in with this color next. And so all I do is it's a very intuitive process. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm just doing what I think looks good. But the reason that I'm doing this is because this pattern, well, one, I love the look of the bleached flannels. And when I saw this paper, I was really inspired to create this look using the paper. And two, this is another way to create spaces for additional elements on top of this paper and have them still be able to stand out on their own. The trick to getting your colors to stand out though, without like blending all into each other, is to dry each layer before moving to the next layer.
So Bobby Fontenot says, go Tigers. I'm assuming that's LSU. Deb Hatfield, we love football. Jane Neese, I wasn't going to say anything about specific wins, but she said one. And I'm glad for it. It's my team, you know. I'm a Packers fan, and they did win today. I figure if they win 4 this year, it's a great year.
It's a great year. I'm sorry.
You know, I'm fine with that. I want to see their new quarterback develop. No pressure.
No pressure.
And the Lions look so good against Kansas City. Holy cow.
And as a side note, you guys, I did seal and dry my paper before I moved on to this step. Just so you guys know. That's one of the reasons I'm able to do this, is because my paper is sealed.
Rita Burnett Laws, live in a house that's half Clemson, other half Carolina. My theory on college versus pro, South and North, is basically it's any place that didn't have a pro team.
Yeah.
Well, and college was the dominant football for 60 years in the 20th century. I mean, the NFL was not a big deal until the late 50s at best, when Cleveland and the New York Giants were dominant. In the 60s, it was the Packers. 70s, it was the Steelers. But before then, pro football was kind of looked down upon.
Really?
College was considered real football.
Real football.
So, and you've got all these places that didn't have teams.
Yeah.
You know, Alabama and Georgia and Mississippi and Louisiana. I mean, of course, Kentucky, Tennessee. Now there are pro teams in a lot of these places, but back then it was your college.
It was the college team.
And there was always a couple colleges in every state. The people here are still crazy for U of A and ASU.
Oh my gosh,
they stink at football.
It doesn't matter. It's just the rivalry. You have
So,
some households that are half ASU, half U of A. I
Yeah.
think it's all funny. I just watch all the smack talking on Facebook.
yeah. So now that the pros have expanded, but I think that's just kind of ingrained in people.
Yeah. It's traditional. you
Yeah,
know.
I remember the first time I went down to Florida, and that's all anybody talked about. And there was we were literally watching a World Series game, and all people were talking about was college football.
Well, my best friend still loves the Dallas Cowboys. Po thing.
Well, that's, yeah.
She is so faithful. But it's because, that's, I don't know.
Jenny, Marmy, and David, you're from Chicago and you're a Packers fan? That's 100% true. I can explain this.
See, what had happened was, no, I'm just kidding.
Very, very quickly, I grew up in the 1960s. Back then, home games were never televised. Didn't matter if they sold out or not. They would not televise. That was the theory.
Oh, because then people would come out. They wanted people to come out.
They
to
thought
the games.
people would not go to the game if you could watch it on TV. They didn't realize, no, you would get both.
Yeah.
But it took them a long time to figure that out. There were 12 games in a season, so I would get 6 Bears games on the road, and I would get 5 Packers games. And then the other game was usually a Lions or a Vikings game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Packers just owned the NFL when I was a kid. I was like, the heck with it. That's my team. I'm going with the winner. I watch them half a season.
Dallas is actually playing really good right now. Okay. Then all of her loyalty for 30 years will have been worth it.
Sativa, they're playing good right now. It's one game. Can we just say that? It's one game.
You don't know. You don't know.
My boss is a Cowboys fan. He goes...
So you notice here in Safford, it's Cowboys and Broncos.
No.
Or Cowboys, Broncos,
not
and,
Broncos. It's not Broncos at all. It's Cowboys, Steelers, and Raiders.
Steelers. It's Broncos too, babe.
No, it is not the Broncos
Okay.
here. I'm telling
I've
you.
only lived here my whole life, but okay.
I'm telling you. It's Dallas.
Not my whole life, but you know what I'm saying.
Dallas had the Arizona market
Yes.
for most of the time until the Raiders moved from Oakland to LA. And then the Raiders came into this market.
Yes.
And then the Cardinals moved here.
They still don't have a lot of...
No, they don't.
Not here.
No.
Yeah, Steelers.
And
I know if
Steelers,
Shirley was still here, she'd probably want this sign just because it's the Steelers color.
Steelers, I'm going to assume, is the same reason for me being a Packers fan. People that were kids in the 70s watched the Steelers just own everybody.
Yeah. They were rowdy too.
Patsy Lewis, your broadcasts are Central Time. No, they are Pacific Time.
So, Patsy, Arizona does not participate in daylight savings. I just understand the confusion, right?
Yeah.
Because we're contrarians, and so we do not participate. And so what happens is right now we're Pacific time, but when the chime times happen, we'll be Mountain time.
Right.
So I just know
But we're going to stay, these Sundays are always going to stay at the same time for everybody but Arizona.
Yes.
So it'll always be 5 p.m. start, California, Washington, Oregon, Utah, Nevada. 8 o'clock start, New York, Massachusetts, Florida, the East Coast, and then 7 o'clock Central. It's only Arizona that's going to change.
Yeah.
We'll start at 6 o'clock our time.
Arizona time, but it'll still be the same time for you
But
guys.
for everybody else, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys see what I'm doing? Like, it's just, I don't know. You just keep layering until you get to a place where you like it. And of course, I'm making my field like this because I know I'm going to be putting letters on here. But you could make your shape any way you want it, depending on what you were going to layer on top of this. And I don't know if you guys saw, I'll post it later. I did a project with a transfer, a black and white transfer. And so I created kind of a square in the middle because that's what I was going to be putting on here. But this, see how this is really too cool? The color is really, it's a really cool copper. That's not going to look good on there. So I'm going to repaint this. I think I'll just paint that black. I don't think we'll have to do this again next week because this is literally the project.
All right.
I'm going to paint these letters black and glue this on here. And then that's it. Like that's the round. And so I'll finish this. Look, I promise I'll finish this week before you say anything.
Joan Volkman just got home from watching Green Bay beat the Bears.
Oh.
Good for you, Joan. And Dr. Rita Gordon says, long-suffering Detroit Lions fan. They're my pick for this year for winning the division. I like them. They're aggressive. They got a great front line on both the offense and defense. I think they're a little weak at quarterback, but I think everything else is good. I think they got a great coach. I like the Lions this year. Pamela Adair says, I think black is good.
Yeah, right. I think it's going to be a nice contrast.
Karen Moyer. So, not a football fan. I always say the only reason to go to Super Bowl parties is
it's for the food.
Is to dance and sing, it's over, it's over.
I go for the food.
My wife, however, is a huge Steelers fan and is not a happy camper tonight. Yeah.
Did the Steelers not do well?
They did not.
Oh.
Sativa Woodring, my boyfriend's a Steelers fan. Today was tense.
They get so passionate about it, right?
Yeah.
Don't so we have friends that are on different sides, and so when the Cowboys plays the Steelers, oh my gosh, it's so loud in the house.
Bobby Fontenot, did you get the answer to your question? What are you putting over the splatters? I think you did. I'm going back over questions.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, I'm going to go over, after I get all these splatters on here and I'm satisfied, I'm going to go over this with some more of the 1 hour enamel just to seal everything in. And then I'm going to put the letters over that. But you could put a transfer right over this if you wanted. And I may do that. I may go inside. We'll see what I find. I may put a transfer over it and then put the thank you on top of that. Maybe we'll wait. I'll finish this with you guys next week because I just complicated it. Because, that's what I do. I'm sorry. I just wanted some white to finish that off more. Oh, see that? That's what I needed. Sorry. Just a little excited over here. I love it when a plan comes together. We're down to 5%. So I'm going to say goodnight so we don't just bleep off.
But one last time, hashtag Deco, hashtag DECO.
Yes.
Will get you the information for the masterclass.
The Decoupage Masterclass, yes. I am super excited about this class. I know I taught the Decoupage Boot Camp 2 years ago, but I have learned so much since that class that I want to teach. And if you are just getting into decoupage, this is going to be a really, really good class for you to get into.
Tommy Kiddos, those colors are great for the Colorado Buffaloes. Go Coach Prime and the boys. We were talking about him. I think he's doing great things up there. He's giving kids a chance. I love it. Okay. I love what he's doing.
I'm not competitive until we go to
a
mixer. I was going to say, Mr. I am not a competitive until I go to a mixer and I'm on the opposite team from my wife.
Oh, yeah. Well, I finished third, just saying.
I know, you beat us.
I should have finished first because I disagree. I still take issue with that.
Remember what? So you guys, this is what my husband has a problem with. You guys know how on Family Feud,
yes,
it's not about the questions being right. It's about they surveyed people, and this is what people said.
Well, the people were stupid. That's all I have to say.
Well, let's ask you guys.
All right.
We'll see.
The question was, name a movie that's been remade many times.
And I put Parent Trap. I thought that was a good answer.
I thought it was a good answer, but Parent Trap's only been made twice.
No, it hasn't. It's been made more than that.
No, it hasn't. It's only been made twice.
I'm going to look it up. Because the Olsen twins did Parent Trap.
No, they didn't.
Maybe we're thinking about the other. What's the movie where the twins exchange places? They didn't call it Parent Trap, but it's basically, that's what I'm saying. So, not all of them are called Parent Trap, but it's essentially the exact same, movie. They just give it different titles.
All right, I'll accept that argument.
Okay.
But the only two that were really the Parent Trap
yeah.
were Haley Mills and, she kept getting in trouble with the police. What's her name? Mean Girls.
No, I understand what you're saying. I guess I should have clarified. Yeah. I feel like it's been made a bunch of times.
But the story, yeah.
The story has been told over and over again.
We already have an answer that I disagree with.
I see A Star is Born.
Colleen Kolbialka and Celestine Todd said Batman. And I said, no, Batman has only been remade.
Oh, Lord.
Twice. It's only been remade once.
Y'all should see him. He all riled up over here.
All the rest were sequels, not remakes. I said, thank you, Karen Moyer and Deb Hatfield. A Star is Born, which has been made at least 4 times. The exact same story. I think 5. I think there was a silent
Somebody
version.
said Peter Pan, though. That was a really good answer.
Peter Pan I would have accepted. Robin Hood I would have accepted. Heck, they did like 3 Robin Hoods within a 2-year span. Star is Born, thank you. Lindsay Lohan, everybody, thank you. Star is Born was not on the list. Superman and Batman were, and I got mad. They were not remakes.
It was not about what's right and what's wrong. It was about they surveyed a group of people, and what did they say?
All those people were wrong.
You guys see what I dealt with Thursday night at the Chamber Mixer? No, I'm kidding. It was
I would
fun.
not say Jack Ryan, Bobby Fontenot, because again, those were adaptations of different books. Jack Ryan's been in 4 movies and then the Amazon show, but each one was made from a different book.
Oh, from a different book, so it wasn't like the exact same movie.
Correct. It was not a remake of a particular film. To me, a remake's very specific.
Superman's been remade how many times?
No. I'll give you one remake, and even then I don't think it was a true remake. You had the first movie, Superman in 1978, and then the one that came out from Zack Snyder. They both kind of told the origin.
Yeah.
So I'll accept that as a remake.
Okay.
Just like the
It
first.
feels like there were a lot.
No, the rest were sequels. Those aren't remakes. Freaky Friday is what.
Oh yeah, maybe I'm
Dorothy
thinking about
Altimus.
Freaky Friday.
That's been remade twice. Once again with Lindsay Lohan, who's in the remake.
Yes.
Godzilla. I'll accept Godzilla. Godzilla's
Oh yeah,
been remade
Godzilla's
at
been
least
made a
3
bunch of times too.
Remade, not counting the sequels,
Yes, but
but
remade.
at least 3 remakes.
Because Jack Black did one.
Yeah.
So
King Kong's been remade
yes.
twice, 3 times. 3 times from King Kong. I still say Star is Born. Gotta
I
be
think
the
I need
most.
some flowers across here,
Ruru
and
2
then my
says
thankful.
Tarzan.
Really
Yep.
quickly, babe, because we're down to 4%, and somebody's asking what I'm doing. They came in
Yes,
late.
and Joan wants to know, explain the vision.
So my vision is, Joan, I don't know if you've ever seen people go to thrift stores and they buy the old thermal shirts, the button downs, and they bleach them, and then they put artwork on top of the bleach. So I wanted to recreate that look using the Roycycled Fall Tartan decoupage paper. So that's what I'm doing. I want it to look like it's been bleached, like all like erratically. And then this also creates space for me to add other artwork so that even though this design is really busy, it'll still stand out on the artwork. You know, the artwork will still stand out. So I have my thankful sign that I have to paint, but I think I may add, we'll wait till next week. We'll do this together next week, you guys. Because now I want to put a transfer over this and then add the thankful on top of that. So we'll do that. Or maybe I'll stamp. That could be fun too. Because I have the new holiday stamp from Iron Orchid Design. Oh, I have my fall harvest. Maybe I'll put some pumpkins and then put the thankful on top. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we're going to go, you guys, because I'm down to 4% battery life. And it's 6:11, so that wasn't horrible.
No, more than an hour.
Thank you guys so much for joining tonight. I always appreciate you guys sharing your time with us every Sunday. And I had more energy than I thought I was going to have tonight.
Kojak, Lisa Vansell. I don't think that's been remade.
Kojak. Maybe. Maybe you just didn't see it.
Bobby Fontenot, the Stay Cozy sweater stamp might be cute.
Oh, something like that would be super cute, right? Oh, we could do the on the cozy stamp. It has like the stitching. We could do like a line of stitching and have that be the anchor for the thank you. See, or even if we do 2 lines of the stitching and put the thankful in the middle. I don't know. So I'll bring stamps next week, and I'll also bring transfers, and we'll like work together to finish this piece and whatever else I have. I don't know. We'll see. You guys have a blessed week. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, if you guys want to know more information about the masterclass, just put #deco in your comments, and you guys will get a message from Facebook. If you're on YouTube, I'll be putting a link there. And for my TikTok folks, you can go into my link in bio, and there is a button for my courses. And you'll go to my landing page from roycycledacademy.com and you'll see the decoupage masterclass. But I think that's it, unless you add anything else, babe.
That's it.
That's it. All right. You guys have a blessed week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.